My name is Cherie and welcome to Cherie's Life of Luxury. If you are new and if you're not new, thank you so much for joining us back here again. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button either way so that you will not miss when I upload, and tap that post notification bell so you will be reminded when I post a new video on YouTube as well. So today, what we're discussing is consistency and how to be more consistent in your everyday life, specifically in your weight loss journey. So if you're here from, or if you've seen either one of my how I lost 60-pound videos, then this is just going to be a continuation, because as you know, I touched on this briefly in those videos as well. So this is a continuation. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. The first thing I want to discuss with you guys as far as consistency goes is how can you set yourself up for success? This starts with planning and being consistent, right? So I want to first touch on a topic or a concept that was introduced to YouTube by our girl Erin on Demand. She actually has a planner and a strategy called the Top 3, which is basically how you plan your day, create to-do lists. If you're anything like me, then you love to make to-do lists. So this is exactly what she does. As far as planning her day, she does the top 3 in her planner, which I've actually started incorporating as well in my notebook. So it doesn't have to be a planner that you start out with to be consistent. You can actually just start out with a notebook like I do, simple notebook. And here's my top 3 page. So yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual calendar, you guys. So start by planning out, number 1, planning out your day and planning into your day things that you would like to be consistent in, such as your diet, your fitness, and other things that could include cleaning or, you know, checking on your loved ones. Just being consistent across the board starts with planning and being structured, right? What you'll want to do is start off by making a to-do list so that you can focus your brain. Basically, you want to focus your brain so that you'll know, okay, what do I need to be focusing on a daily? I even sometimes on my top 3 or on my to-do list, I'll even put the exact same thing over and over again on my top 3, whether it's work out or drink water, whatever I want to be consistent in, I will put that in my to-do list for the day, every day, so that I won't forget, number 1, and so that I can hold myself accountable. So that's the next thing we're actually going to be diving into, which is number 2 on the list, is self-accountability. So once you've planned your success, you made your to-do list, you've got an idea of what you want to be consistent in, and you've got an idea of how you're going to do that by incorporating it into your daily life, into your daily schedule, and into your daily to-do list, you're going to want to hold yourself accountable. So with anything, whether that be doing homework or getting to work on time or whatever the case may be, holding yourself accountable is the number 1 way to be successful and to create consistency. So what I would advise is getting a journal or something that you check daily. Even setting reminders on your phone would be a great asset to a lot of people. If you have trouble with drinking water, or if you have trouble with getting to the gym or finding time to go to the gym, go ahead and set a reminder maybe the day before or the night before. It will help you tremendously, because you don't really realize how much goes through your brain between the moment you realize you need to do something and the time that it actually comes to do that. So your brain gets a little scattered. Things might happen, come up, it might delay you, but you don't want to miss doing what you put on your to-do list or what you planned on doing, because that's going to cause you to be what? Inconsistent. Thank you in the back. You were listening. You were listening. Yes, that's going to cause you to be inconsistent if you don't hold yourself accountable. So I would suggest setting reminders on your phone, and I would suggest again sticking to that to-do list or that top 3 list, or to whatever you have, whatever goal you have set. Go ahead and help yourself by setting those reminders. Even if you need to get a dry erase board so you can write it there every day, whatever you need to do, you want to go ahead and hold yourself accountable by sticking to the plan. And if you don't, if something comes up, or if something happens to delay the time in which you had planned to do something, go ahead and hold yourself accountable and plan that into the end of your day, or the remainder of your day, or the first thing the next morning. That way you will not be lacking. That way you won't slack. That way you won't say, oh, I missed my workout today, I guess I'll do it sometime next week, or sometime at the end of the week. Go ahead and, just like you planned for it to be at that day, at that time, go ahead and plan for it to be later on that day if you just so happen to miss it. That way, you're, number 1, sticking to the plan. Number 2, holding yourself accountable. And number 3, most of all, you're being consistent, right? So personally, story time, I guess. Personally, I started out my fitness journey, my weight loss journey during COVID, when I was working from home. So a lot of people, this was the most difficult time for them as far as staying consistent with their diet and weight loss journey and fitness journey, because things were out of whack. Gyms were closed. Places that people would get smoothies and places that people would get healthy foods from, and their normal daily or weekly grocery runs, those things were completely thrown out of whack. And some places were closed, hours were different, etc., etc. So this forced a lot of people to have to change the plan, right? They had to change the plan that they had initially set for their daily routine or their weekly routine. But what set a lot of people back is the fact that they did not hold themselves accountable and reschedule or rearrange the schedule, rearrange the plan. A lot of people got just complacent and got comfortable basically with the disarray of COVID. So once people got comfortable with, oh, well, things are never going to be the same, and oh, I had a routine where I went to the gym after work, now I'm not going to work, so I guess I'm not going to go to the gym. That's actually the total opposite of what you want to do when something comes up or something delays your planning, your plan. You want to do the total opposite. Don't get comfortable, don't get complacent with, basically don't get lazy, guys. Don't make excuses for yourself to get lazy. I was trying so hard to say it in a nice way, but don't make excuses for yourself to get lazy. And again, this could be anything. This doesn't have to just do with going to the gym or working out or dieting. This could be anything. Again, this could be getting to work on time. You know, I even struggled with being consistently awake and logged in on my computer because I was working from home. I wasn't used to that. I was used to getting up at a certain time, commuting to work, and being there at a certain time so I could clock in. But with being at home, it was a little bit more difficult to consistently clock in on time. For someone else, this might be easy. This might be a no-brainer, but for me, it was difficult. So in times of challenging moments where you're not able to stick to the plan, hold yourself accountable and go ahead and rearrange, restructure, realign, and figure out how you can make that plan best work for you at that moment, and then hold yourself accountable so that you won't miss those workouts, even if they are at a different time. Even if you did work out at 5 a.m. before, now you have to work out at 5 p.m. It's okay, as long as you restructure, replan, and hold yourself accountable, right? Okay, so I think we've talked about those two things enough, right? You're probably like, okay, I'm about to click off because this is all she's talking about. But no, 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 I have more. Okay, so that was number one and number two. Number three is goal setting. And I know you're thinking, what's the difference between setting goals and planning? Well, there's a major difference. And the difference is when you're setting a goal, you actually put a timeline on that and you actually visualize and manifest and work towards that particular goal. When you plan, like let's just say you plan a date with someone, it's a lot different than setting a goal, right? Because if you're planning something with someone or if you're planning something for yourself, then if the plans change or if the plans get canceled, it's okay, it was just plans, right? We can reschedule, we can rearrange. But when you set a goal, that's different, because what you're saying is, for example, my goal, I wanted to lose 50 pounds in 365 days in a year. I wanted to at least be down that 50 pounds, right? By me having that goal, I was actually able to plan my days and hold myself accountable more so because that goal was something I had visualized, something I was focused on. It helped me to have purpose. That's the word I'm looking for. It helped me to have purpose in my plans, and it helped me to have purpose in my accountability for myself. And this doesn't just relate to weight loss. This can be anything. You may want to be more consistent with cooking at home, right? So being consistent with cooking at home, that's a goal. If you want to be more healthy, cooking at home, that's a goal. So what you would want to do is plan your grocery list better. Plan your delivery dates to be close to when you want to cook, right? So that setting goals and planning are two different things, but both of them are equally as important as the other, because if you're wanting to be consistent, you have to have a purpose, a goal and a purpose, and you have to have a plan to get there, okay? So fourth that I want to talk about is scheduling. Now, I know all of these things pretty much intertwine and they pretty much go hand in hand. They might even almost sound synonymous, but it's not. So planning is different than scheduling, just like planning is different than goal setting. So scheduling is when you actually take the time out of your day. You literally look at your schedule or look at your daily routine. You look at your daily responsibilities. You look at your daily activities and you say, okay, so on Mondays, usually I wake up at the last minute, rush to work. When I get to work, I'm working, take a lunch break, work, go home, cook, do whatever, go to bed, okay? For me, that's pretty much my daily schedule. So what I said I was going to do is incorporate working out during my lunch break. So I didn't have to say, oh, well, on the days that I'm not working, that's when I'm going to work out. No, I scheduled it into my day. So that's what you want to do. And now setting reminders, that's great for keeping you accountable, and that's great for keeping you consistent. But you actually have to go through the scheduling portion to actually get there, right? So you have to know, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be in a meeting at work or a training class from 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 1. So what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to work out after work instead of during my lunch break, which is okay. I'm just going to have to schedule that into my day, right? Just like a doctor's appointment. If you want to be consistent with going to the doctor or consistent with going to the dentist, what do you need to do? Schedule your appointment, okay? This part of the video might be what someone needs to hear so that you can plan your day around it, your month around it, whatever, and you can hold yourself accountable. You can, and if you have a goal to be healthier or to be more in shape or to make better choices, right? You have scheduled that doctor's appointment into your day so that you can do that. You can reach that goal, right? So I'm really bad about doing these little like chit chats, 101 classes, because I'm like all over the place. There's no textbook, there's no syllabus that I have to stick to, right? So I just want to give you guys as much valuable information and as much tips and guidance as I can. So those were my top 4, really my only 4 points as far as being consistent. If you have any tips on how to be more consistent, definitely drop them down in the comment section below. You don't know how many people you're actually going to help by doing that. So definitely drop those points down below. Just as a recap, I just want to touch on the 4 things that we talked about. We talked about planning, right? The top 3, getting a journal, getting some type of planner, right? We touched on that. We touched on holding yourself accountable. We also discussed how important it is to set a goal, to have that purpose, and to have that mental shift where you're not just saying this is what's going to happen, this is what I'm going to do, and you're actually setting a goal, a feasible goal with a feasible deadline or time frame in which you want that goal to be met. And lastly, we talked about and touched on scheduling and how that can be very instrumental in being consistent and reaching those goals consistently. Because once you schedule that time into your day, you actually look at your routine, you look at your schedule for the day, and go ahead and put that thing, that goal, that plan, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it, when you actually schedule it into your day, you're more likely to get it done. Number 1, you're more likely to not make excuses. I don't have time, or I forgot I had to do this. Then you will reach your goal, and you will consistently reach your goal. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys out. I know I was all over the place. My next chit chat, I promise that it will be more in depth. So definitely check out my next chit chat that we'll be having in regards to Fitluxx and my fitness journey and reaching your goals, being consistent in reaching your goals. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, God loves you, and I'll catch you guys back here on this channel, same time, same place, probably not the same time, but definitely the same place, at Cherie's Life of Luxury for the next one.